Hey everybody, check it out. Yep, we've got the H-King Flycat here. 70mm hand launch, has provisions for retracts, 6S, EDF. Some of the specs here on the box, you probably can't see it. Got a 1042mm wingspan. It's got a bunch of 9-gram servos, 80-amp ESC with a BEC, 12-bladed 70mm fan. Not going to take much to get her going. This is what the box looks like. There's not too much on it. Let's open it up and we'll show you what's in there. Okay, here's what's inside the box. Here you can see how it's packaged. The top layer here has the wing panels. I already cut the tape a little bit. Cut the pieces holding them together. Anyway, there you can see you got some cool graphics. These pieces will come off easy with a couple screws here and there. You can see the linkages are already pre-installed. It's got some nice little kind of wing tips on it. Pretty cool. This will be the little elevator section. Already linkages installed. Let's get down here into the box. What else we got here? Okay, here we have a boom on top. Got a boom, the fuselage. Here is the little sections that will go onto the wings, where we'll glue down the, well, you'll see as we do it, as we glue down these little pieces to hold the wings in place. Just kind of wanted to show you guys how things come. Everything seems to be pretty well packaged. Get out there, buddy. Thank you. These are really cool little fuse. It's a chunky little guy. That cross section on there. Got a little bit of a cheater grate there. Got your extensions and stuff. Now, like I said, these are provisions for retracts that you can add to it. Very cool. Battery area. We'll get more into that later. Well, my son doesn't take off with all the parts. There's a look at the fan down in there. Yeah, so let me get all the parts laid out and then we'll be right back. Okay, there we go. We've got all the parts out of the box, out of the bags. There's really not much there. As you can see, we have the elevator section, the wing sections, the rudder sections. As always, don't forget your battery pack. You're going to need a 6S, 3300 or 3000 to 4000 milliamp, I believe they spec for. As always in all my videos, down below will be links. Please follow the links. It helps my channel. It helps me help you. So I can do these things to show you guys what's up. So here to show you the wing. It's got a nice little aluminum spar in it. Like I said, all the linkages and everything are done. You love that. You gotta love that. Here you can see kind of the angles on the little wing tips. Pretty cool. You got some pretty crazy graphics here on the rudder-ish sections. There's little covers that will go here to cover where the wires come up for the elevator, because that will feed into here. There is no rudders on this. Rudders I think would be kind of fun for some crazy tricks, but I don't know, we'll see once we get to flying it. But something to point out, we got some plastic skids on here, which would be good if you guys fly from a harder surface. Kind of the nose is plastic. There's a hard plastic skid there. Don't mind my son, he's trying to get in on the action here. One of these days maybe you'll see him doing videos. I don't know if you guys can see in that cheater hole, it's kind of small there. The ESC is down in there. It's hard to show. I'm not going to take the piece apart. This is really a cool looking machine. So it's really simple. There is not very many parts here. So what you're going to do is you're going to glue these pieces down. You're going to glue the foam pieces over top, put the wings on, screw them together. These will go on here. This will be a piece of cake. Look at this guy. He's working it. Attaboy. That's my buddy William. Yeah, so as always, like squad. Smash that like button. Let me get some glue. I don't know if you use foam tack foam safe CA, whatever your thing is. Let's get to the build. We'll do this John VH style, and here we go. Okay guys, here's the pieces. Something to note in this package, there's only one of these. You'll see this boom has a deal, this boom does not. So the way that works is you're going to have one of the elevator sections is going to come out one side, which is going to be the right side if you're looking at this from the back, okay? So pretty much the build is going to be, you're going to glue these dudes down here, like such, and then you're going to glue these dudes in the top. There's rights and lefts because of the different thicknesses-ish. So you're going to glue that down, then you'll put the booms on, then the wings on, then the elevator, and bam. So let's do that. We'll come back once we get those glued on and we'll show you what's next. Alright. Plywood down, I glued the foam inserts on top. That'll be your first step. The next step is going to be to glue the booms on. So you're going to take the booms, this will go on the outside, get the booms on. This side here has the extra long lead, which you're going to feed through this channel. And you're going to bring it up to here where you're going to join into the elevator. So those will go on like so. We're going to put those on next, and we'll be right back. Okay guys, we got the booms glued on. So what I did is I put some glue around on the fuselage wing part, and then where this channel comes in, and we got those on. Make sure this wire, the long one, comes out the bottom because you have to feed it down this line to get to the elevator, which I also glued in there. So like I said, we got everything glued in. That's going to be pretty much all the gluing we're going to have to do. The elevator is on. You can see we got the wire loose there, so they're going to join in this little section here on the wing where that cover is for. So the next thing I'm going to do is route this wire and hook those up. And I'm not going to glue any permanent covers on until I know everything's working properly, but so that's going to be the next step. So I'm going to route the wires in the channel, and then we'll be right back and show you how that goes. Okay guys, took a little finagling, but not bad, but I got the channel, you know, I got the wire in that groove there. You just got to kind of get it in there and work it in there. Same for the elevator, it's all in there. So we've got the booms and stuff on. Really all that's left is we're going to put the wings on, connect the connections, put the screws through it. Time to set up the receiver. Bam. Okay guys, I got this wing on. So there is two different size screws. If you can see here, we got a long one and a short one. The long one will go in the thick part of the wing, short one will go in the thin. Makes sense. Here you can see the wing on. So what you'll do is you'll connect the wires, and there's a channel or a space in the wing panel itself that you'll have your connection. Can I see that wing, buddy, please? No, so here you will see, so when you hook it in, they'll kind of fit in here as you put the wing on this other side. So hope that makes sense. The screws come in from the top, the little aluminum spar fits in, and then the wood pieces you glued in go in there. Like this is so easy, I can't even explain it to you.
Okay,
so you can kind of see what's going on here before we put the wing on while we have the other pieces glued on. So you'll connect this, make sure it goes in that groove, push it in, screws in, bam, done. Just like that.
Okay.
Okay guys, we got the second wing panel on. We have a completed airplane. It's kind of hard to get in the view, sorry about that. It looks cool. It's really light feeling. I love it. You can see everything's fitting the channels nicely. The screws are on.
Oh.
So the next thing I'm going to do is put the receiver in there. Everything seems to be, there was some comment about gluing these down, but they seem to be in place pretty well. So I'm just going to roll the dice and let it go. So there's the airplane. Once I make sure the elevator and everything works, then I'll put that final piece on that little hole. But so the next step for me is going to be put the receiver in. We'll hook the battery up, and then we'll see how everything works. So here we go. Okay guys, we got it bound up. Got it bound up to my 12X. I had to reverse the elevators for spectrum. The ailerons were right. The throttle needed a massive tune to the radio, so you get it bound up, take your bind plug out, unplug the connection, give it full throttle, plug it back in, wait for its sequence, and then lower the throttle. So get it bound up to where it works. You can see it's working. It's got a lot of thrust. I gotta charge the battery up here. It's only got 28% here, but anyways, all these connections are very well labeled. You got throttle, aileron, elevator. That's it. You can fly this on a 4-channel radio. I'm just going to set my throws in the CG. We'll see where the battery lines out, and we'll let you know how that goes. So otherwise, we're really close. I'm going to glue that little panel on for the elevator servo connection, because everything is golden. So if I can get GB Linden out tomorrow, and if everything pans out right, we're going to fly this baby. So like, comment, subscribe, follow my links down below, please, because that's what keeps my channel alive. And I appreciate you guys all stopping by. Here we go. Okay guys, so the CG, it says 510 millimeters. That converts out to be just a smidge over 20 inches. So here's where I put my CG marks. You can see there's little dots in these wings. I hope you can see those. I'll tip it here in a second, because I wanted you to see with the tape measure on it. Here's the 20 mark. Kind of comes out this direction. So somewhere behind that little hole. So let me show you what's going down. There you guys can see. That's where I'm going to start from. That's where the manual says to. I put these little things on there. I'll put a link for them down in the description as well. They're super cheap. You get a whole page of these things. You can feel it underneath when you hold your fingers under it to kind of give a CG, so you don't have to visually see or measure it every time, right? So we're going to get the battery in there, get my receiver mounted, and test my CG. And I'll show you where my battery is going to sit once we get that 510 CG. Okay guys, I got it to balance. Everything is on. The little panel's on in the back. I can feel my little CG markers. I'm right in the CG. I'm just dead nuts on that 510, 20 inches. Here's where we're at. You can see with this 3300, I'm just barely smoking up into that. I'm not flush with the back of this, but I'm just going up into it, maybe 1/8 of an inch. It's right about flush with the front of this hole. So your mileage may vary. There's where I'm at. I'm going to get the throw set up next, now that I know where the battery is going to go, and get the receiver mounted, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so to get the recommended throws, the elevator, they say to put 30 millimeter, which is like over 1 inch, and the ailerons, they say 15 millimeter, which is like 0.59, 0.6, so 5/8 of an inch or less, over half an inch. So what I had to do is ailerons I did to 130% throws, elevators I had to do 150% to get enough elevator. So we'll see flying if I need that much. Can you see that? And it says to add 20 to 30% expo. I'm looking straight out of the manual here, 20 to 30% expo on both. So I'm going to do, you know, a high, medium, low rate. That's what I do on all my birds. And after my maiden flight, then I'll get it set up for my one setting that I prefer, and fine tune the throws and expo. So that's pretty much it, guys, other than a range check. Let me spool up this motor. You guys can hear. Gotta be careful you don't get your fingers in that bad boy. Let me spool it up. You can listen to the sound of that motor. It's blowing the door shut on my shop. You can't see it, but it's pushing the door shut over there about 20 feet away. It's got some blow. Anyways,
I'll try.
This is good. This is good. Next thing when we come back, well, it'll be the next video, because I'm going to upload this tonight, so you guys can get a feel for what you're going to get. This thing is killer for 180 bucks or whatever it sells for. This looks amazing. Okay, buddy. Will loves it. I love it. I can't wait to fly it. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow my links down below. Let HobbyKing know where you came from. We'll catch you in the next video when we fly this bad boy. One final thing here. Oh shoot, look at that. Alright, I'm going to have to glue that back in there. Alright, good thing it came out here and not there. Here's where I mounted my receiver. This is a receiver that has a super long antenna wire that goes way up in here. Range checks will show if that's going to work out or not, and then the other wire goes back in here. So We'll see if the head-on view or the tail view works out good. If not, I may have to do something a little bit different. But anyways, there you go.